and I start gagging. Like, you know, and she was like, oh no, she's gonna throw up. And she's like, turn her. And so they turn my body and I throw up all over the floor. Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About It, everybody.
Cutie's having a hard day because she's being bombarded by ants.
If you watch my streams, which I'm sure at least 10 of you do, you know, because every stream opens with me murdering like thousands of ants with a lint roller, because that's the best method I've come up with. Because I've got an ant problem in this goddamn Airbnb, and no one's going to fix it for me because I don't live here.
Apologize to them for ending their lives.
Maya, I'm not sorry. This is my house.
Okay, it's your fault that they're in there.
What is it?
Yeah, they're coming for your food and bits and stuff.
Okay. Well,
they're just trying
my
to
bits
eat.
And stuff. They're thieves.
No.
Okay, they can't. Can they eat like the flowers?
I'm sorry, they don't understand property law. And no, they like.
Why don't they understand property law?
Because your food has like sugar and fats and exciting stuff in it that they don't get to eat.
Oh, so now you think I'm fat?
I literally knew you were going to say that. Before I started saying it, I was like, there's got to be a better way for me to phrase this. Okay. Anyway, Cutie has ants in her house and she's really sad about it.
So they're not in the house. They're just on the computer desk because I left out food one time. And then they took over, and then I lint rolled the hell out of the place, and I said, see you later, ants, and they were gone for 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, 2 days. Turns out you leave one banana peel out one more time, they're all back.
Yeah, they know where you are now. You're a mark.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they should also know the mark of the lint roller and all of their dead family members.
I think I can't speak to that, but I think there is a thing with pheromones and like them coming to find.
I know, but it attracts them because they want to go eat the dead bodies.
Right.
An ant person told me that once.
Oh, handy.
Yeah, genuinely. Dude, there's just carcass. There's just carcasses. Just the smeared blood. Do they have blood? What do they have? Goo? I'm not trying to goo them.
Jello.
I don't think they're made of Jello, bug specialist Maya Higa.
What is in ants? Do ants have blood? They have hemolymph. It's not blood.
That sounds like it could cure something someday if we
doesn't
extract
have
it correctly.
red blood cells or hemoglobin.
Okay, that could cure cancer. We need to research these boys.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll be fighting that throughout the episode. Audio listeners, if you hear a bang, it's her murdering.
There's nothing I can do.
Ants. So
they're everywhere.
Rest in peace to all of them.
I've been killing them on stream and everyone's like, I'm going to tell Maya. And I was like, what's Maya going to fucking do about it?
Look, I love bugs.
Understands.
And I hate killing bugs, but yeah, we can't always coexist with bugs. It is a shame that they're in there. But she can't take them out like individually, one? Right? Yeah, it's not really an option in this case.
I guess I could vacuum them and then put the vacuum outside. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
But they would just die in the vacuum.
Probably.
I don't care. I'll be honest. I don't care. And if karma makes me come back as an ant, so be it. I won't be able to think. So
they definitely can.
I prefer to come back as a cat. Well, I'd prefer to come back as a human, I think. But
okay.
Actually, I don't care. I don't even care.
If I came back, I would want to come back as a cat. Not that we need to talk about this like too in depth right now, but I've thought about that a lot of times. I want to not have any responsibilities and not be expected to like anybody, but also get like a lot of attention.
What if you're an outdoor cat?
Absolutely not. Okay, well, I'm not killing a bunch of native birds. I know that much.
I know. What are you going to do then?
I'm going to get eaten by a coyote.
Starve.
Like outdoor cats do.
Yeah.
And I'll starve. And I'll ruin the ecosystem. Keep your cats inside. Anyway, I've had a traumatic day.
Yeah, dude.
Traumatic day.
I don't know why you're here right now. I'm not going to be like crazy, but like you shouldn't be here.
No, I'm fine now. And I have a lot to say. And is there an ant on you? Shocker. Guys, there's an ant. Saved.
Hope he died.
He didn't.
I know, he's somewhere.
I got a root canal this morning. And I would like to tell this story and explain my trauma in a very long-winded way.
Okay. Great.
Is that okay with everybody?
I'm listening. I'm sat.
Okay.
I'm sat. I'm driving to work right now. This is all I wanted to hear.
All right. Welcome to Maya's root canal story. It is, I'm telling you guys, it's my worst medical experience of my life was today.
Okay. I'm not judging. We listen. We do not judge.
Okay. So I have a cavity, right? I get it filled. Done. Easy peasy. It's done. Mm-hmm. There's still sensitivity. Within the time period that the cavity warranty still exists, I have to get it refilled, which is so annoying. And I hate the dentist, right? Like I really don't like the dentist. And so that already sucked that I had to get it redone in that short of a period of time. I get it redone. It's still not good. I still have sensitivity to heat and cold. It's bad. I go back in. I'm like, there's something wrong still. And so she does a cold test. Did I talk about this last week?
Yeah.
She does a cold test.
Yeah.
Where she tests each of my teeth with a cold thing to see which one hurts, which is an insane thing to do because these teeth have been in my mouth for a very long time and I'm very aware of which one hurts. And so I could have told her which one was the problem. And she did cold test anyway. And I was jumped out of my chair. And then she was like, yep, root canal. And I was like, thank you for telling me that. And then she went to schedule me for a root canal. And I was like, can you knock me out to do the root canal? Like, I want to be gone. Like, I want to be fully sedated. And she was like, I won't do anything with my patients if they're in pain. And I was like, well, that's rich because you just hurt me on purpose. Yeah. So I decided she was not going to be the dentist that did my root canal or the endodontist or whatever that did my root canal.
Good choice.
So I start calling around to other people to get a root canal. But the cutie is telling me that I need this freaking machine, right?
You do.
She's like, you need this machine. So our producer links this machine that's called an ultrasonic scaler. Me and my assistant are goose chasing dentists, like calling them, asking if they have this machine. They're all like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not a thing. What are you talking about? We finally get one dentist. They're like, oh yeah, we have that. And I was like, oh, sick. Okay. So like, I need this root canal, whatever. She's so confused. And I was like, is this machine for...
I'll be honest. It might not be that machine. I just nodded my head because I trusted Nico. I don't know what it was called, but I know they cap it on your root canal. It sits there. They send down little bubbles and the bubbles clean everything out. It takes like 5 extra minutes on top of your root canal and it's amazing. Okay. But I don't know what it's called.
Well, Nico sent an ultrasonic scaler, which is for teeth cleaning.
I trusted you, Nico.
It's for teeth cleaning. It has nothing to do with root canals. So like we called like 4 or 5 dentist office. They all thought we were stupid. We were so insistent on this
root canal machine is.
I don't know what it's called. And
Sonic something.
So I finally found an office that had one and then found out that it wasn't even for root canals. And I was like, okay, never mind. And then I found another dentist. They were like, okay, yeah, you can come in. You can do it here. We do have to do tests. And I was like, a cold test? And she was like, yes. And I literally like hung up. I didn't hang up on her, but I was like, never mind. Bye. Like, I don't need to do that again.
Doing it.
So then I get a recommendation from a friend. I'm not going to say which friend it is for this dentist office. No, it wasn't. So I get this recommendation through a friend. I call this dentist. I told her on the phone too. I was like, I'm willing to like be embarrassed and play it up if they treat me more carefully, right? So I was like, I have a phobia of the dentist. I was like, I hate this shit. Yeah. I don't want to feel any pain. What can you do for me? By the way, I also called a bunch of people where I was like, what do I do for this root canal? Cutie probably gave me the like most scary perspective out of everybody. She was just like, you're gonna hate it. She's like, it hurts so bad. You're gonna hate your root canal. This is gonna suck. So then I was like, oh no. You said
it
that.
It does suck. I know it sucks. I'm not lying to you. Root canals suck ass.
I call my friend who's a dental hygienist. She's like, root canals get a bad rep. Like they used to be really bad, but they're fine now. And she was like, and you could get totally knocked out, like, or you could just do it and it'll be like a filling. It'll be nothing. Or you can take this pill, but you'll have amnesia for like 6 hours after and you won't remember anything. And I was like, I don't really like want to do all that either. That's really scary. So I go through all my options of like how I'm going to do this freaking root canal, freaking out about it. And then finally land on nitrous oxide. Laughing gas.
I told you that.
Great.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Guys, it's called the Gentle Wave. My bad. It's called, and it's dope.
I can't
If you get a root canal, you should get one.
this.
It's called the Gentle Wave procedure. I found it, and I'll explain it to anyone who's wondering. It is Gentle Wave. It is effectively cleaning the deepest, most complex portions of the root canal. Incredible innovation. Proud to offer this technology. State-of-the-art alternative to a standard root canal. Ultra cleaning. Dude, it's phenomenal. I hope you got this.
You bitch. Okay.
I'm sorry. I for the record, I did try Googling it last week when we were talking about it, but then Nico found it quicker, and I just was like, yeah, that's it.
So
listen. So we got because we always spread misinformation.
it's true.
And
You know
this
what? We
time-
deserve that.
I didn't triple check. I'm sorry.
We deserve that.
And Nico was just trying to help.
Wow. Okay. So
It's called the Gentle Wave.
So
Found
I'm
it.
on the phone with this receptionist. I'm like, thank you. Yes, our producer just linked it to us. Thank you so much, Nico.
Yeah, it looks great, huh, Nico?
Okay, so I'm on the phone with this lady. I'm like, I'm afraid of the dentist. I don't want to feel any pain. She was like, oh, nitrous oxide is great. It's easy. It's super safe. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like, how do I do this? She sets me up. She sends me a consent form. I do all of my forms online before I get there. I sign the nitrous oxide consent form, online before my freaking appointment. Easy. I show up 10 minutes early to my appointment. I get in there. They give me the bill. It's $1,000 in network.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
With
okay,
insurance.
Yeah,
It's
and they don't even have the
$1,000
Gentle Wave, do they?
No, it's $1,000 to get a root canal. Okay, it's not. I reckon like it's not an issue for me. I'm more frustrated by the concept of like how like you don't have another option. You can't just decide. You can't just opt out of doing that. That is
And
like
you know what's
in network
is
with health
people with the worst
insurance.
teeth. People with the worst teeth are the people that were raised with not a lot of money that only ate sugar and shit. Yeah. That's why I've had 4 root canals.
That is so evil and crazy. She said that to me and I was like, what?
I'm surprised it was even covered that much on your network.
Dude,
Mine is usually all out of pocket.
I went back to the desk after I sat down and I was like, are you guys in network? Like, is this right? And can you print it out for me so I can just like look at it? And she was like, yeah, like, sorry, whatever. And I was just like, okay, that's crazy. So I'm already shocked at how much a root canal costs. It costs $1,000 to get a freaking root canal, which is crazy. Brush your teeth, everybody. Oh my gosh.
The Gentle Wave is an extra like $200 on top of it, but so worth.
Well, so I sit down, I wait for 45 minutes, which is annoying.
Annoying.
Okay, I get it. Like you fall behind sometimes.
You watch TikToks, I assumed.
Yeah, on mute because I didn't have headphones. So I just sat there scrolling.
Stupid.
Yeah, it sucked. So I was already annoyed. Then I go back into the office and I sit down with like dentist whatever. He's like, first root canal? And I was like, yeah, like this, I'm excited. And then he tells me about his kids, whatever. And then he puts a thing in my mouth to start. He starts doing tests, by the way. He starts tapping my teeth. And I was like, you're not going to do a cold test, are you? And he was like, we don't have to. And I was like, great. Yes.
It's a good thing they do that because I'm 99% sure. So the problem is I got like 3 botched root canals and then they had to be redone with the Gentle Wave. Amazing. But I'm 99% sure that one of my botched root canals didn't need to be root canaled.
That's awful.
I know.
Wait, why do you
Because
think
they just
that?
didn't test the teeth beforehand. Because sometimes the pain from one root canal can radiate to a different tooth. And so they said, which teeth are hurting? And I was like, this one and this one.
Right.
And they did a root canal on both. They didn't test.
That sucks.
I know. It was crazy. It was crazy. This is before like, so there's been this big like woke, this is like very like woke. They just woke up from a nap. It's not incredibly woke, but like this woke thing where people are like, hey, you should check when your dentists say you have these cavities. Cause I got a second opinion and I didn't have any. Anyway, freaking 10 years ago, I went to the dentist. They told me I had 36 cavities.
Oh,
and I was like,
my
I believe
God.
you. Cause I was raised with horrible teeth care. And so I believed them. And I got like,
36?
That's
insane.
And I got so many fillings. I don't know if I needed them. I got the 3 root canals done by that place. Had to get 2 of the root canals redone. So I'm pretty sure that place is like bad. Like I wouldn't recommend it to my worst enemy. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was one of the people that got like got by big dentist. Yeah.
30. Did you get 36 done?
I don't remember. I remember I had to go in like I went to the dentist multiple times and they did it in sections. There were so many cavities.
The most I've gotten at a time I think was like 8 when I was a kid.
I don't think I got 36 done. I don't remember, but I just remember being like shocked. I think I ended up getting like 17 or 18 done. And then I just like, whatever, they'll go away. And then they did go away, which I don't think that's how it works. If you actually have a cavity, it doesn't just go away. I just went to a different dentist.
I
got it.
Scary.
It's a whole thing. I know.
It's really bad.
I actually wonder, I should look them up and see if they're still open.
That would be crazy. We uncover a scandal live. Okay, so I was like, you don't have to do a cold test, do you? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he puts the numbing thing in my mouth. And I was laying there and I was like, I know what happens next.
Little like that yucky
I was like,
stick. The shot's coming.
Yeah, they numb you and then they give you the shot. And I'm sitting there like, where's the freaking nitrous oxide? And so he puts the numbing thing in my mouth and he gets the needle. My eyes are open. I see the thing. And I was like, pause. You're
the Ron meme.
No. I'm also not the type to like I can't send food back. I wouldn't tell someone if there was hair in my food. I just like don't advocate for myself very often because I would rather not, right? So
oh my God. Put a little asterisk. We're gonna loop back.
Okay.
To that. Just so you know. Okay.
So I did speak up though. Brave. Thank you.
Huge.
And I was like, is the nitrous oxide still an option? And he was like, oh, it is. Do you want that? And I was like, yeah, I hate this stuff. And he was like, oh, okay, well, we can do that. It just takes a while to set up. And I was like, okay.
I don't care.
Go ahead. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Chop.
Get to it then.
Oh, that's weird. The 45 minutes I was just sitting here, you could have set that up.
And then he goes, okay, well, we'll get that set up. Let me just numb you first. And then he gives me like 5 shots in my mouth. And I was like, what's the freaking point? I'm paying, okay, nitrous oxide with insurance is like $45. But I was like, I'm paying for the nitrous oxide and I did this whole thing and I signed all the forms. Why am I not getting it before you do anything in my mouth? What is the point? And so he gives me the shots anyway, which sucked and they hurt.
Ow.
It's so mean.
I do love when they do the thing where they give you the shot though and then they go like,
he didn't do
try
that.
To distract you.
He didn't do that.
He didn't do the cheek pull?
There's so much. I have so much to say about this man.
I
hate him, and I hope he sees this, and I hope his kids that are getting the freaking dog see this, and they know that it's about their dad, and they're disappointed.
And you don't even have the gentle wave.
Yeah. He didn't even know what that was. Idiots. Okay, so then he's like, let me just numb you first, which genuinely I think is really messed up. And then they brought in the nitrous oxide. The lady puts it on my nose. It falls into my mouth. And I was and I picked it up and I put it back on my nose. And she was like, oh, sorry, not supposed to be there. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so either. And then she was like, okay, do you feel, it's like a thing on your nose, right? Like a little pig nose. It was pink, actually. It was kind of cute. So she was like, can you feel the airflow on your mask? And I was like, no, I can like hear airflow. And she was like, oh, okay, well, the bag's moving, so it's probably fine. And I was like, okay. Because like, what am I supposed to be like? No, it's not right. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So whatever, I'm like laying there. I'm like, maybe I'm not a lightweight after all. Like, I don't feel anything. Like, I don't feel any different. And then he comes in and he like adjusts it and he's like, oh, it's not on. And then he turns it on. And I was like, this is like, what am I gonna get up out of the chair and be like, I just feel that you guys are incompetent and I'd like to go somewhere else. No, I laid there and I was like, this is not good. Like I had a bad feeling. I was like, this is not going well.
I hate to break it to you. You're gonna have to go back and get that redone with the gentle wave.
Oh, it gets so much worse. Okay, so then he turns it on.
Okay.
And he's like, okay, so nitrous oxide, like, we just want to make sure that you're getting enough to feel good, but we don't want to give you too much to be nauseous. And I'm just like, I'm just like, okay. And so he was like, so we'll go.
It's good that you didn't tell me you were getting nitrous oxide because I would have told you about how sometimes people had adverse side effects. Jody got nitrous oxide for like a face treatment she got, and it made her so, like, it gave her such anxiety she couldn't move.
Oh, that was nitrous oxide?
Yeah. And so when they got it off, she was like, they were like, how are you? She was like tapping and she's like, scared or something like that. Like she couldn't get any words out.
I didn't know that's what it was.
I know. Yes. I've had nitrous oxide before too. I didn't feel a thing. I didn't feel different at all. I don't think it worked on me.
That's crazy.
Or it wasn't hooked up right. I don't know.
Okay, well, he goes, we want to give you enough to make you feel good, but not too much to make you nauseous. In my head, I did have a thought, like, guys, I'm a lightweight, like, through and through with alcohol, right? Like, I'm very sensitive to alcohol. And I was like, but, like, he's a dentist. Or he's an endodontist, and he's the one administering it. So, like, you know, what am I going to do? Yeah, so he's like, so we'll go about 30 seconds. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then, you know, they put me on the gas for 30 seconds. And I felt it immediately. It was sick. It was so sick. I was like,
what did it feel like?
It felt like being just like hammered. Like I was just blasted. I felt so drunk, but like so happy. But you know when you're like super, super drunk and then you like lay down and it feels like the room is spinning, but your eyes are closed. It felt like that, but not in a nauseous way, in like a sick way. It was just like felt so good,
like a yippee.
Yeah. Okay. It was also the first time I've had like legal drugs like as an adult, and
yeah,
or at least since like being able to consume, like I had it when I was a kid, I thought, and then but since being able to consume alcohol, and I was like, wow, I get it. Like, not that people should do drugs, but I very much understood like
you
why.
Heard Maya do whippets.
No, I get like why people like it though, because I was sitting there and I was like, this is so sick. And I had very little awareness of what was going on, but my hands were on my stomach. And at one point I noticed my hands moving, and I was like, and I was laughing and I didn't know. And I was like, oh my God, that is so embarrassing. And then I stopped myself.
You didn't know you were laughing?
No, and I didn't know until I felt my hands moving on my stomach. And I was like, oh my God, I'm laughing. That's so embarrassing. And then
interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then I stopped and I was like, and like, you know, they're just like chatting, whatever, like not paying attention to me. And I was like, okay, like I'm not being perceived right now. Like nobody cares what I'm doing. I started like wiggling my fingers and I was like, I wonder if they can see me wiggling my fingers right now. And then like, it felt like everything was spinning. This is so crazy. No, in a good way. It was so fun. And he was like trying to get my teeth, and I felt like I was spinning physically, like my whole body. And I was playing this like chase game like kids, where in my head I was playing a game with the dentist, and I was like, you're not gonna catch my tooth. Like I was like spinning around, and I was like, catch me, and his hand wouldn't be in my mouth, and I'd be like, miss me. I didn't say that out loud, but that's what I was thinking in my head. And I was having so much fun. It was great. I felt no pain. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I love the dentist. Okay. And then I like started feeling a little bit nauseous, but nothing crazy. And I was also like coming back to a little bit because I just had the 30 seconds. So this is like towards the end of the procedure. And I remembered him saying...
so they give you 30 seconds last the whole last time?
Yeah. I guess.
What the fuck?
I don't know how it's administered. I mean, the thing was on my nose the whole time. So maybe it was like 30 seconds, like, and it gets I have no idea. But it was towards the end of the procedure. I started feeling a little nauseous, and I remembered that like he had said that, and I was like, it kind of like brought me back. Like it was like a little kind of sobering. I was like, oh my God, how long have I been here? Like, is it done? What's going on right now? What have I done? Like, what have I missed? And I remember like tuning back in, and then they were talking about like their kids or something. And then he was like, you doing all right? And I was like, but I must have done something for them to think that I was like coming back too, but I don't remember moving at all. Cause otherwise I don't know why he would have said that. Cause I could not comprehend anything they were doing for the rest of the procedure. I was like blasted. Right. So I start feeling a little bit nauseous. She sticks her hand in my mouth to like pull something out, and I gag. And she was like, oh, like, is it because I put my hand in there? And like, I can't respond to her. I have a bunch of shit in my mouth, right? Like there's a dental dam in my mouth. Yeah, they do the
blockers.
There's blockers. Yeah, there's things holding my teeth open, whatever.
There's a sucker.
And then I get like the sweats, and it hits me, and I start gagging. Like, you know, whatever. Like I start like doing that. And she was like, oh no, she's going to throw up. And she's like, turn her. And so they turn my body, and I throw up all over the floor and their equipment in the chair. but it would be one thing if I could have just thrown up everywhere. Half of the throw up is in my mouth because there's a dental dam and blockers and shit in my mouth. So I'm like leaning over. There's throw up on my sweatshirt, in my hair, like on the floor. She's like trying to find a trash can. She comes over, brings me a trash can. They're saying they're sorry. They're like, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is terrible. I'm so sorry. And I'm still blasted, dude. I was like, what the hell? Is this like actually happening? Like, what's going on right now? And then she gave me a towel and like had me like kind of like try to get it off my face, but it's just like it's just stuck in my mouth. Like there's so much blocking it. It's just in my mouth. And I was like, I just like was on my side for a second. And then he was like, okay, like we want to let you go to the bathroom. We want to let you clean up and stuff, but I just have to finish. And I was like, I didn't really say anything. And then they rolled me back onto my back. He gets back in there with throw up, just like in my mouth and like on my person, like in my hair and whatever. And by the way, when he lays me on my back, he says, you got nauseous. You didn't tell me. And I both had stuff in my mouth so that I could not speak. And also I'm blasted. I didn't have the wherewithal to be like, oh, I'm feeling nauseous, sir. I couldn't speak. Like I was not there. So for him to say that is freaking crazy and still pisses me off. I'm still thinking about it. It still pisses me off that he says that. They said that. So he laid me back down. He finishes the root canal. Okay, it takes another
I'm shocked that they didn't let you get up and go clean up.
Dude, at this point too, I could not have gotten up and walked.
Root canal queen. I've like taken potty breaks during a root canal. They've been like right in the middle of it. Like, it's fine.
I could not have gotten up.
What?
There's no way I could have walked.
I know, but like, did they just spray you with water and suck it all out?
They did what they could, but I mean, it was in there.
Okay.
It was in there.
That doesn't even seem clean to work.
I know. But he finished it, and then they let me go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I like look at myself in the mirror. I have one of those like club girl moments in the mirror where I was just like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, what just happened? I like wash out my mouth. I walk back into the room. And there's like 3 dental hygienists just like cleaning the floor. And I like am standing in the door frame and I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. Like, is this a thing? And they're like, no. And I was like, does this happen ever? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. Anything I can help with? They're just cleaning up my throw up and like cleaning all the equipment and like even the endodontist is on the floor like cleaning the freaking bib thing that was on me. I don't even know. And then they're like, okay, you can sit back down. So I like sit back down. They take their x-rays, whatever. And then the lady walks me out to the front. She's like, okay, have a good day. And then I pay. And then I just walk out to my car and I'm still blasted. I was like, why am I walking out to my car right now? So I sat in my car. Obviously, I'm not going to drive. I like sit in my car for 20 minutes. I'm sitting there like, what just happened? And the more I think about the situation, the more pissed off I got because I was like, that went terribly wrong. Like, that was not right.
Yeah.
And so after 20 minutes, I walked back in and I was like, can I talk to the endodontist that just did my root canal? And so he brings me into his office and I was like, hey, I'm still nauseous. Should I be concerned about being allergic to this? Also, I definitely can't drive and I definitely couldn't drive when I left 20 minutes ago. So is that something you guys look out for? Like when you do these things? And he was like, no, it's out of your system. It's so safe. You're not allergic to it. You probably just need to get some lunch, take an Advil. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and then with the vomit, do I need to worry about infection? Like with this root canal, like, how confident are you that went the way that it was supposed to? And he was like, it went great. The dental dam stopped everything from getting back there. So you're good. You have no problems.
Way.
And he was like, and you have your appointment scheduled, right? For the crown. And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And he was like,
I was going to ask that. I was going to ask if they did the crown all in one sitting.
Yeah. And he was like, is this your primary dentist? And I was like, no. Also, shouldn't you freaking know that? But I was like, no, it's not. And he was like, oh, just call your dentist to make sure that you get an appointment to get a crown put in. And I was like, you guys didn't tell me that before, just so you know. And he was like, well, like, you'll be fine for a little bit. Just make an appointment to get that crown. You'll be all set.
That's crazy.
And then I left again and went to my car. And at that point, I could drive. You tell me, like, something like that happens. They don't sit you down and like offer you a glass of water or something. They ushered me out. And that's why when I was sitting in my car, I was kind of thinking about it. And I was like, were they just scurrying me out because they knew how bad that was? Are they like afraid of like a lawsuit? Like, what the hell was that? What was that? It was so
I don't know.
bad, dude.
That is not normal in any way, shape,
know.
Or form.
It's such a sterile place, right? Like when it was happening and I was throwing up everywhere, I was like, this has gone horribly wrong. Like, this is not, and they didn't have anything for me to throw up into either. Like, in the end, she ended up holding up a trash can to me that had like it was not a throw up trash can. It was just like a normal ass trash can, like a bathroom trash can or something. It was so bad. So anyway,
I hope you leave them 1 star on Google.
I probably won't.
That's crazy. Also, I do know it's rare for endodontics to do your cap at the same time, because usually you do have to go to your normal dentist. But my endodontist did my cap at the same time.
Yeah, I wish he did. That would be sick.
That's crazy. And that's crazy they didn't tell you. And also, they're going to charge you separately for your cap.
Yep. I know. I mean, I'm not going
and
back
you have to get
there.
a porcelain one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the story of my root canal. I threw up.
I'm going to be so sad.
In my mouth and all over
in
the
a
floor.
year, all of a sudden that tooth starts hurting again. I'm going to be devastated.
Everybody make their bets, place their bets or whatever.
Oh my God. It's also crazy that you, like, I know you said you should be in pain. You just should be.
No, I'm not in pain. Like, that part's kind of sick.
Your face should at least feel like you got slapped. Like,
No.
at least. Like, that's usually my thing, is I'm just like, I'm usually more mentally worn out, but I feel like I've been like just like hit.
I mean, I can feel where it happened, but like I wouldn't call it pain. I feel fine.
So weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my day today. It was awful. But you have to admit, okay, I am proud of a couple things. One, I got the gas in the first place. Was that a good decision for me? Probably not, like, in the end. Oh, I did call my mom after, and I was like, I'm confused. Like, did this happen when I was a kid? Because I remember getting gas when I was a kid. And I was like, did this happen? Like, I just have this crazy sensitivity? And she was like, you've never had nitrous oxide. And I was like, what did I get when I was a kid? And she was like, ketamine. And I was like, what?
Cool.
They gave me ketamine, and she was like, yeah, and you were not on this planet. And I was like, they put me in a K-hole when I was like 8? Is that still a thing that they do? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
So the craziest thing is,
I'm 99% sure nitrous oxide is supposed to, like, as soon as you get fresh air, it is supposed to like be gone within like 10 minutes.
Well, the craziest thing about this story is that if I had to get another root canal, I would get nitrous oxide again.
That's fine.
I would just get less of it, ideally.
You'd go somewhere else.
Oh, I don't never care going there
if you
again.
have to fly to LA and go to my dentist. That's insane.
Yeah. He also kept reassuring me that it was fine. Like, he was like, it's okay, don't worry about it. And I was like, I don't think you should be telling me that, sir. I think you should be apologizing to me profusely, and I should be telling you not to worry about it. But I also wouldn't tell you that because I think you really did a bad job today. That's what I think.
Once mask is removed within 10 to 15 minutes, the effects of laughing gas are usually completely gone. And so they should have at least like sat you down for that.
That would be sick. Nope.
This website says that they don't let people drive home after laughing gas. This dentist in Portland.
Well, I did wait a good, like, probably hour before I left. But they were, like, they were just like, bye.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
This one says 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was really messed up.
Oh my God. Did you tell your friend that recommended them?
No. I'll tell her tomorrow. Yeah. So everybody, brush your teeth. Look up
Brush your teeth.
reviews. Sometimes having a friend recommendation is not enough. Maybe look at, you know what? Let me look at the reviews. I actually haven't done this. Reviews.
You know what? Anyone in the LA area, this is kind of far away, but I will recommend, what are they called? I found them earlier.
They have 3.4 stars, 66 reviews. January 29th, 2025, 1 star. Worst dental service, irresponsible, arrogant staff. Please stay away.
Okay. Well, for anyone in LA, it's a bit of a drive. It's a little out there. It's kind of in the boonies. It's in West Covina. It's called Valley Green Endodontics. Dr. Liang, he's incredible. They've got the gentle wave. They have a 4.9 on Google. They're incredible.
Oh my God.
Ooh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I didn't help as much as I should have.
Reviews. Oh no. There's a bunch of people giving bad reviews because of fraud. Or they're they charged me for a bunch of stuff that didn't happen. Wow.
Well,
1 star. The dentist broke my mother's 2 front teeth and then expected her to pay and take no responsibility. My mother's a senior with limited income. No apology whatsoever from the dentist. Oh my God.
Dude. I wish I would have helped a little more. I don't know why I'm taking accountability here. I just feel like I didn't help you as much as I should have.
Wow. Some of these reviews are terrible. Maybe I should leave them a review.
I think you should leave them a review.
All right. Well, that's tragic.
That's crazy. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I really feel like I did a lot of research though too. That's what sucks. We called so many dentist offices and then finally decided on this one.
Well, I mean, you called them for the wrong thing.
That's true. That is your fault. No, it's not your fault. That's Nico's fault.
Well, I believe I didn't fact check Nico. He was doing his best.
It's okay.
With the limited information I was spewing.
It's okay. I survived.
Anyway, Valley Green Endodontics, West Covina. They're incredible. Go there.
All right, great.
Guys, if you have to fly across the country, go there. They're incredible. I've never had to get a root canal redone by then. Ooh, shoot.
Next time I'm in LA, I'll stop by for a root canal too.
Well, if you ever need one, I'm not kidding. Just fly out. It's so worth it.
That's crazy. Incredible.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so that was my day.
Next time we learn. We learn.
Yeah. But I feel fine now. I'm not in pain. So, surely it'll last and I won't have any problems with that tooth.
Yeah. That's what sucks too, is even if you did have a problem with that tooth, you'd usually want to go back to the same dentist because you'd be like, hello,
no,
you just did this. Back. Yeah, there's no way. I will not
be going back.
There's no
way.
The
next dentist I go to, I am naming names and I am saying what the hell happened in there, and I'm gossiping with the next hygienist, with the next dentist that I see. I'm gonna be like, you will not believe what happened at this place. You should tell everyone about it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Thank you.
Yeah, do that.
Thank you. I will do that.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
So, how was your week?
Good. But this was my footnote on your story for standing up for yourself.
Right.
I had an incredible Saturday. I went to the farmer's market. I got you a lot of presents. Because it was a craft farmer's market.
And so nice.
Well, I just didn't, nothing was yelling me, but there were a few things that were like, I would like that.
Are they bugs?
So I got them. Yeah, one of them's a bug. One of them's bows. I could have brought them to this podcast right now, but I don't feel like getting up. So, and then I went to the event of the year, probably. It was the Dachshund Derby.
It's Dachshund.
Is it?
Yeah. I didn't correct you on the phone earlier, but yeah, it's Dachshund, which is dumb because it isn't weird. Spelled like that at all. Yeah.
Well, they called it the Doxy Derby for short. Had 151 wiener dogs racing.
That's a lot.
Who was the fastest wiener dog in all of Utah?
Are they all race at the same time?
22 waves of 7.
Wow.
It was a long day.
Yeah,
but
it was a lot of races. Okay.
But it was rainy, and so I went with a friend of mine, and I love her. She's great. I really, really like her. I've always liked her. She has this ability, unlike anyone I've ever met in my entire life, to just stand up for herself, and not a bitchy way, in just a, no, I don't like that, so I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Set the scene. It's rainy as hell. The races start at 4 p.m. It's rainy. It's cold. Like, I'm in gloves, jacket,
That sounds
raincoat.
awful.
Like, it
sounds horrible.
I know, but the weenie dogs. And
They
I love
would also
rain,
hate
so
it.
It's fine. They did hate it. Some of them had to leave early.
That's so
They
sad.
got disqualified. I know. I was like, it's their big day. I was so sad, but it's fine. They'll be back next year, surely. And like, they're so low to the ground that they're just like,
Their
so wet.
stomachs are wet.
Yeah, it was
sucks.
sad. But we're sitting there. We kind of get like, we show up an hour early, so we kind of get a primo spot right behind the start line. Well, it would have been better if we were on the sides, but those were all taken. So we're right behind the start line, and she has this big umbrella. So there's a tent where the start line is, and the water would drip off the tent and then onto our freaking umbrella, which was, at least we weren't getting wet.
Mm-hmm.
But we're under the umbrella, like it's just her and I, and it's like literally resting on top of our heads, and it's kind of this little bubble. And again, we've been there forever, and like we're probably an hour into the races, and I get a tap on the shoulder from this woman, and she goes, "Can you put your umbrella down? There are people behind you trying to see." And I go, "Oh my God, of course. I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. Oh my God, screw me."
Did other people have umbrellas?
Yes.
Okay.
But most of them were able to lift their umbrellas high. We couldn't because of the tent. We were like under the tent and like kind of just in a bubble. And so then I go to my friend. I go, "Oh, we got to put the umbrella down. We got to put the umbrella down." She goes, "What do you mean we have to?" And I was like, "Well, the lady, she told me like people can't see." And she was like, "I'm not putting the umbrella down." And I feel like I'm in an episode of Seinfeld all of a sudden. And I'm like,
"What do you mean?"
What do you mean you're not putting the umbrella? She asked us to put the umbrella down. What do you mean? And she's like, "Other people have umbrellas. You're not asking them to put theirs down." And I was like, "I know, but she can't see around us." And she goes, "If we put it down, we're going to get wet." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but like she can't."
I would immediately put it down. Yeah.
I know. I was like, "I know, but the people can't see." And she was like, "I'm not putting it down." She was like, "We've been here for hours. We got the spot. They didn't have to stand behind us." And I was like, "Okay, you're the most brave human I've ever met in my life." I go, what am I supposed to tell her? She's like, "You can tell her it's not your umbrella. It's not your decision." And I was like, I don't want to talk to her again.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't go back and, "Excuse me, ma'am. This is not my umbrella. It's not my decision. Unfortunately, it's out of my hands." And she goes, "Well, then just don't talk to her." I go, "Don't talk to her. She's going to think I ignored her."
Yeah.
She goes, "You don't know her." I don't know her. You're right. I said, "Well, what if she taps on my shoulder again?" She goes, "You tell her no, it's not your umbrella." I go, "Okay.
Okay.
All right."
Okay.
So then we stand there under the umbrella, and every 5 minutes, I'm like, "We should really put it down." She's like, "I'm not putting it down." I'm like, "I don't know. I really think we've got to put it down." And she's like, "It's fine." She's like, "Look at all these umbrellas." There's like hundreds of umbrellas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay." I said, "If she taps on my shoulder, I'm killing myself." And she's like, "Okay, well, I'll deal with that. If that's where, if that's where it goes, I'll deal with that." And I go, I just keep sitting there and go, "You're so brave. You are so brave. I respect you so much for this." And she goes, "The alternative is she gets her way. We are miserable. We don't deserve to be miserable, do we?" And I said, I do deserve to be miserable at the expense of others. I just do.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell you." And she was like, "No, we don't deserve to be miserable. We've been here for hours. We're excited about this weenie race. We don't deserve a worse experience because other people didn't get here early enough."
That's valid.
And so I'm sitting there. Her argument is so valid.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'd be mad if I was that lady too.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad because this is going to give me a better time and I care about myself today."
Wow.
And I was like, "You know what? Slay, bitch. I will never be able to think that way, but I love that you do. And I love that you're protecting us from the rain right now."
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would have been freezing and I would have been really sad.
Yeah. Wow. So did she tap
But
you
that
again?
was my footnote. No.
Oh.
She eventually scoffed and left.
Wow.
I know.
That would haunt me forever though.
But like, it was so funny because she was like, "You can invite her under the umbrella. She could squeeze in with us." And I was like, "I don't want want to talk to. I don't want to stand next to her under the umbrella.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't
that's
know her.
a lot. Wow.
It was incredible though.
So
Yeah.
they all are they like trained for this?
No.
You just let them
It
go?
was awesome. Yes. So some of they got to practice. So the first hour we were there were lots of people doing their practice runs, and they were much better at their practice runs. But once the race started, some of them would just like freeze and then be like, "What are you like? What do you want from me?"
Yeah.
And they would just like sit there.
Yeah.
Some of them would run halfway and turn back. So you'd have a releaser and a catcher at the end.
Right.
So you'd have someone at the end being like, "Come on, come on, you know." But sometimes they wouldn't notice that,
Right.
or like it's 7 dogs at a time, so they'd get distracted by another dog, or like
Right.
one dog stopped to poop in the middle.
No.
It was a great time. Yeah, it was so funny.
That's crazy.
One genius racer. I wonder if they won. I didn't check to see who the winner was because we left a little bit before the winner because it was so cold I couldn't feel my hands. And my friend had hand warmers. She's just that person. Like she's always prepared. She's like, she stands up for herself. Like she deserves all the flowers in the world. And so she has these hand warmers. It was so cold I couldn't get feeling back in my thumb after like holding the hand warmer like forever. And I was like, okay, maybe we've got to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty good in the cold, and that was
I would hate
that
that.
was a lot.
I'd be so
So-
miserable. I hate the cold.
and then guess what? They had food trucks. Guess what they were?
Hot dogs.
Yeah. And corn dogs was the other food truck.
That's so funny.
It was the event of my life. It was
Wow.
incredible. I had the best time. Yeah. But the fastest wiener dog, at least that I saw, they used a laser pointer, which I think,
And you paid attention to it with all the stuff going on?
yeah.
That's very impressive.
yeah. I know.
It's low-key
I
cheating.
know.
But
That's what I thought. I think that should be not allowed next year, but it's a new race. These things happen. This is only the second year, apparently. I hope to catch it next year. It was incredible. I recommend.
yeah, perhaps they'll
10 out
tighten
of
up
10
the
experience.
rules next year.
And they also need to bring in like stadium seating, like the little metal benches, because
Yeah.
you could not see if someone was in front of you with an umbrella. I'll be
Right.
honest.
Right. Imagine. That'd be so annoying
Yeah.
and rude.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow, that's
But
fun.
different weeks for sure. You and I had
Yeah.
different days.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to tell you something important.
Okay.
This is huge.
Okay.
So you already have a baby in The Sims.
Oh my God, I don't want it.
I know you don't have custody. It's fine.
Okay.
He's doing great. Okay, so listen, some of you don't care for video game talk, but I love The Sims. And I've been playing The Sims a lot, and so I have to catch Maya up on it because she doesn't care for video game talk, but The Sims is important. Okay, so your baby with Ron is at the Faye's house living with those guys. Okay, that's fine.
Devastating.
And we've
I would never
thought to
do that
ourselves,
to my baby, for the record.
we got him out of the house because we already have another baby in the house, and it was like too many babies. We couldn't, and it was a boy. We didn't want a boy, whatever.
Right.
So we think to ourselves, well, Maya will never be in love again, probably. You know, who knows?
Yeah, he really broke me.
He really broke you. And me, I've been looking for love. I've been on a date with Doug. I've been on a date with who else did I go on? I don't know. I've been on like Ludwig. It did not go well. He fell asleep on me. Oh, Sea Dog. I'm on a date with Sea Dog. He also fell asleep on me. I've had some rough dates. Okay. I went on a date with Will Neff. We almost woohooed and then he changed his mind last second. I don't know what happened. It was devastating.
He would never do that to you.
Love. Okay. So randomly, we're at the house chilling. Okay. And all of a sudden, Doug shows up, which is crazy because he also went on a date with Pokimane.
Okay.
And it went phenomenally. So we're like, oh my gosh, is he he's in love with Pokimane?
Okay.
So he shows up at the house and you open the door, you let him in. You and him hit it off Insta. You're just talking in the kitchen. Remember, I don't control these interactions.
Right.
Like I try not to intervene unless it's like annoying at the moment.
Okay.
So you guys hit it off. You're chit-chatting. You're crazy. You guys woohoo. I know.
Like in front of people?
No, you go into the bathroom and you woohooed in the shower. I don't know why.
That is a crazy pause. That is a crazy first time woohoo. I could never like do it with someone for the first time in a shower. That's like next level.
You get out of the shower. You've changed Doug's life. He asks you to move in with him.
Okay.
You currently live with all the girly pops. And I'm devastated, right? I'm like, we can't let this happen. And then chat's like, no, you have to, because I always say yes to the interactions. They're like, you have to say yes. I was like, Maya can't leave the girly pop house because she lives with me. And they're like, no, you have to say yes. And so I'm like, fine. Bye, Maya. And I try to move you and it glitches and won't let you move because you can only have 8 people in a house. You would make number 8. Guess what? You're pregnant. So you can't move in because that would make 9.
I'm pregnant again with Doug's baby.
Yeah. But so it doesn't work. You're in the kitchen and I'm like, oh no, shoot. Like this is like, I tried, chat. Sorry. She has to stay with me. You're walking down the hallway. Doug comes over, proposes to you.
Dude,
you are our first love story in The Sims.
That's too much.
It's so romantic and beautiful.
No, he's too obsessed with me. He's too fast. I need him to like chill. That's too much.
Okay. That's
he's
funny because your sim felt the same way because you said yes to the proposal and then 10 seconds later you and Pokimane went and woohooed in a bush.
That's sick.
No.
That's
you were
sick.
a hoe. You were a little hoe.
That's sick.
And then he found out. He was devastated. He gave you a second chance. Some of the mods I have in The Sims puts it up to fate. So you put it up to fate because it was like, does Doug want to break up with Maya or can they work through this? And I chose the fate option. Apparently you two can work through it. He leaves the house, whatever. You guys are like going to figure it out. I don't know. We're going to have a great wedding. You asked my sim to be the sim of honor. Big deal.
Sim of honor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then since he's been gone, Pokey, I think Pokey also had woohoo to get revenge because she also had a thing for Doug, so it was kind of weird that you did that. But you now keep having woohoo with Fan. I don't know. You're just a hoe.
Okay, well, at least I'm not getting pregnant. That's fine.
Oh, you also got crabs.
From who?
From Pokey. Pokey also had it.
Oh.
So that means Doug probably has it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it in the shower. It's gotta be a bad place to spread crabs. I guess maybe it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think it was the bush. So that means Fan actually probably has crabs too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so I'm still pregnant.
Big day. You're still pregnant.
Why? You
after
knew
the
so
baby.
early on. Why didn't you get me an abortion?
Because we
talked about this.
Story.
I don't want it.
I know, but
we talked about this. She called me when I was pregnant with Ron's baby, and she was like, "Do you want an abortion?" I was like, "Yes," but it was too far along, so I couldn't get one. And then you watched me get pregnant this time, and you didn't think about giving me an abortion early on when I can still have one, so now I have to have 2 babies.
But he loves you, and he asked you to get married.
Chaperone says everyone with kids is miserable, and I don't want to be miserable.
But it's different. Ron was sleeping with 2 women and and I will be honest. Let me tell you about Cinna. Cinna got pregnant again by Ron. I don't know how. It's whenever I leave the house, I come back, she's pregnant. Dude, I don't know.
Ron's got some swimmers.
I know. Also, Ron and Jason woohooed. It was crazy.
Whoa.
I know. But Cinna got an abortion with the 3rd baby because I knew she didn't want to have either of the other 2s. So I said, finally, Cinna can get her abortion. Her sim was devastated. And then she went on a bender and ended up getting arrested.
What's a bender? Like alcohol?
She got drunk and then left the house and ended up in a public fountain and then broke into an ice cream truck and got arrested. I'm not kidding. All of this happened in The Sims.
Well, it's a good thing that she wasn't pregnant.
And meanwhile, her baby's at home. It is good that she wasn't pregnant with the 3rd, but...
Okay, so now I'm too far along, though. Now I'm going to have to deliver this baby.
Maya, you were getting married to this man.
We shouldn't be getting married. He should not have given me a second chance. He's got no spine. So it's not going to last. Because you know what?
This was the love story of the town.
I'm going to do it. I did it with Pokey, and he forgave me, so I did it again with Fan. He's going to forgive me, and then I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to do it again. That's what happens when you let people walk all over you, okay? It's not going to last. It's not good for him. It's not good for me. Now we're going to have a baby that's going to grow up in a broken home. I didn't want that for my baby.
Damn.
I would have
used... My family got abducted by aliens.
That's crazy. She would love that. She would think that was so funny.
And then randomly, I don't know how this happened, but we did have our first funeral, like actual funeral.
Wait. Who? And how?
Adapt.
Oh.
Lacey murdered him.
What? Who murdered?
We turned off the murder mods. There should be no murder, and Lacey just murdered him.
Ew, that's scary.
I know.
Well,
It's really weird.
that's sad.
And Tyler 1 is technically dead right now too.
How did he die?
Well, he got kidnapped, and usually if you pay the ransom, they bring him back and they're back alive. But the problem is nobody called for the ransom. And so Tyler 1's ghost has been walking around the city like really sad.
That's so funny.
He's like way sad, which is sad because usually Tyler 1's like sim is like jogging around the city and he's like big and buff in his tank top and he's like jogging and we're like, oh, there goes Tyler 1. But now he's like a ghost and he's all slumped over and sad because no one saved him from being kidnapped.
Yeah, that's actually really sad. I feel bad for him.
Oh, and me and Phantom are dating now.
Phantom.
Kind of cute. He taxed my heart, I suppose.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Phantom. Oh, I see him. He's got nice hair. It's nice. Wow, very clean.
Yeah, I just learned last night after the funeral. I went back to my house and it said we were dating. So excited to see where that goes. Love my life.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope that
Hassan and Myung had a baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of really fertile streamers out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations to them.
We even turned down the pregnancy percent and they just keep getting pregnant.
You can turn up a % for it? That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we wanted more drama. So we had it really high. But then we were like, this is too many babies.
Yeah.
But I figure it'll be cool because I can play this game kind of forever. And eventually like the streamer sims will die and we'll just have all their children interacting.
Oh, next generation streamers.
I know. It's like
Sick.
Degrassi.
Have you heard of natural cycles?
Like periods?
Like the app.
Oh, no. What's that?
Okay, my therapist recommended this app to me. I'm not recommending it to y'all. I've never used it, so like I don't know if it works. But you get an Aura ring, which you have, and it like tracks your cycles via your body temperature. It's an FDA approved method of birth control. Is like,
oh, I know. Don't say that though. It pisses people off.
It what?
I don't know why. It just pisses people off.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know why.
It says it's FDA approved, and like it gives you like fertile days and non-fertile days. I think it's actually probably more effective if you're like trying to have a kid. I would be way too scared to use it if I was like trying to avoid pregnancy.
Yeah, but people do.
Yeah, people do, and it gives you like there's a ton of resources in the app, and it'll tell you like when you're in your like follicular phase and luteal phase and whatever. And what's cool about it is it'll go as far as to tell you like, hey, you might be a little tired this week because you're in this phase of your cycle. Like you should probably eat some more iron this week.
That,
yeah, because you're in like this phase,
app.
whatever. I think that's fascinating. It could be a full-time job. Women's hormonal cycles last a week, last a month. Where like we're going through so many different like phases and like moods and whatever. And men's hormone cycles are 24 hours. It is just,
what's funny is Ludwig has like started to learn. I mean, we've been together long enough.
He's starting to learn about women.
He knows what a follicular phase is now. So
huge.
No, he was like, I was so tired. I was like, I am so tired and I just have like the craziest munchies. I just want to eat the worst things ever and I'm so tired. And he goes, I bet your period's starting soon. And I was like, I bet your period's starting soon. And then I check the app and it's like 2 days and I'm like, oh.
That's nice.
Oh, I know. It is nice.
That's really cool. But yeah, men's hormone cycles are 24 hours. It's just like higher or lower testosterone. That's all. But for women, it could be a full-time job, dude. You could like adapt in the app. Like there are women that do like, what's it called? Like they'll just do yoga in like 1 week of the month because that's like the best for your body. And like they'll only eat this type of food for like a week in the month.
Certain meat.
Yeah. It could like being a woman the right way. Being a woman well
it just
is a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I agree.
So anyway, stay tuned for me having an Aura ring and trying this app and learning more about my body.
Are you gonna get one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
Cute.
We can be friends on the Aura ring app. I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think you can.
But it would be kind of fun. Like tracking each other's location, but I could like
really
see your temperature. and
It
heart
tells
rate.
me exactly, like, it tells me to the day when my period's starting. I don't think it's good for anything else, for the record.
That's
Like,
cool.
it kind of stresses me out when it tells me I didn't sleep well, but the period is enough for me to be like, love this thing.
Yeah. And they anonymize all your data. You know, I'm in Texas. Whatever that means, we'll see. But you guys will watch me go through the journey, and I'll take one for the team if, you know, someone takes my data and then they put me in prison or something. Keep you posted.
Yeah, thank you for that. All
You're
right,
welcome.
what a fun little catch-up episode. We didn't even go over any of the pre-planned topics, which is crazy. I didn't mean to do that, but I guess that's what Wine About It's for, baby.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on Patreon.
Also Patreon, if you are a small business enjoyer, we are going over the financials of Deco because we talked about that and people were excited about it. So we're going to do that, and we've got more to talk about there. So we're going to head over there.
Like and subscribe. See you over there.
Bye.
Bye.